the 6 marketing campaigns, I want you to really take this seriously. I want you to sit down with a piece of paper. I want you to write down what you're going to do to contact your client by email every month. What are you going to do to contact your client by snail mail every month? Who's got to talk to Don Vanderveer? Did some people talk to Don? Yep, so you got some ideas on what you're going to do with snail mail or newsletters, right? I want you to figure out how the heck you're going to schedule in your time to do something on Facebook or Instagram or both every single day, every week. What are you doing? I don't care what you do. I'm just saying do something. If you only have time in your week to post 1 time a week on Facebook, then do it on Tuesday after 1 o'clock and do it. Put it in your calendar. Make a post. I guarantee you after you do it a few times, you'll go to 2 times a week and 3 times a week, and you'll figure out you can be so successful in a 3-hour period of time, you can be posting daily. There's some cool stuff out there to help you post. But people want to see what on Facebook? On your page, what do they want?
Content.
You. Thank you. Your content. They want to know what you're up to. I'm live at a concert. Mary Lou always sees, I feel so bad. Mary Lou must think I am totally out all the time because you see me at every concert I make it to. There's Mary Lou pops on. Where are you? I'm listening to Caden Brewer sing country. That was the funniest concert ever. Everybody's like, who knew you liked country music? I'm like, me? It was amazing. That was really fun. Caden Brewer, by the way, I'm plugging this guy right now, has a voice. He's the local Tucson guy. He sings like, he's mad cool. I want you to start using phone calls. Every one of you has a CRM, right? Who does not have a CRM? Anybody in here not have a CRM? You all have a cell phone. I would assume they're all smart. You all have a CRM. It may be basic, but you have one, and it collects birthdays, Facebook addresses, emails, home addresses. You should all be filling in your CRMs. Now, I just gave you the perfect reason for a phone call.
Birthday.
Right. Call me on your birthday. And while we're talking, hey, what's your Facebook URL? Hey, are you still at this address? You were renting this house last time we talked. Are you still at the same address? You have a reason to call. You don't even need a birthday. You could all go tomorrow and sit down and start calling all your friends and family and everybody on your 100, and you could all put a call to them and say, I'm thinking of you. I'm updating my CRM. I want to make sure I have all the right information. How's the kids? How's Johnny? How old's Johnny now? Holy crap, 10. Time goes so fast. When was his birthday? Oh my God, I missed his birthday on July 7th. Oh my God. You can have these conversations. It's natural. I'm not saying make that all up, but I did pretty good. But it's a natural conversation. You should be filling in the information on a CRM. Okay? So that's a reason for a phone call. Who needs a reason to text? Nobody. Texting, by the way, is the most open thing, right? Right. So let's not text them spammy crap because I'm getting one a day. I've been told I need to lose weight every day this week, and I have been told that CBD oil and magic fruit will help cure me. Every day on a text, I get spammed. So let's be careful because text is going to be the new spam choice, right? But what if you sent out a text that says happy birthday? Or what if you sent out a text that said happy anniversary? Or hey, happy St. Patrick's Day, my Irish friend. You know, there are reasons to send texts. I send texts if your name pops in my head, I send a text that I was just thinking of you. Not yet, darling. We're coming up. That's awesome. I've thought about you, babe. So it was really funny because I have to tell you that 2 days ago I got a text, and it was from a lady named Michelle, and I helped her buy her first house back 24 years ago, one of my first clients, and she said on a text, your name popped in my head twice this week. I have to know how you are. And it was so like a hug. And I thought, that's why I do it. And I never realized how good it felt because I haven't had that back.
You had the same number for 22 years?
Yes. Yep. I've always been on my cell phone. I've always been 631 Tony, which is 6318669. One of my first clients was the first cell phone providers, and they made sure I got my name. Okay. Yeah. He got his house because of it. No, I'm kidding. So thinking of you, let's go to lunch, let's do a movie. All of those are good reasons to text. You guys have probably heard my story. I text people on Tuesday night, and I can text 50 people on Tuesday night and say happy hour at the hotel tomorrow, meet me there. And usually 45 to 50 show up, and all I did was a text, and we do the hump day thing, and we go, and I don't buy alcohol because I don't want that legal responsibility, but I buy plates of appetizers, and then they buy drinks, and we all sit around in the hotel in the big lobby, and then we all talk and have fun. And the cool thing is, there's a wait staff hired by me for free, and there's a cleanup crew hired by me for free. When the party's over, I walk out, right? That's the coolest thing, and it costs me typically a few platters. And they bring out, they're usually their happy hour. So you can organize this. This is so simple, and all that is a text. And you can just say happy hour tomorrow. How do you treat your friends? Do you call your friends and say, I'd really like to go to happy hour with you, and let's schedule that for the next 2 weeks. Let's put this together, and we're gonna have Grey Poupon and some champagne. Do you do that with your friends? No, you literally call them and say, dude, what are you doing tomorrow night? Let's go to happy hour. I'm dying to go. Let's do it, I haven't seen you. Don't you talk to them that way? So why would you treat the clients who love you any different? Just send them a text. Yes?
Tony, I don't think you love me. I've texted you twice and never
No, I'm being beat up right now all over this board. Here's the thing, if I don't respond to you within 24 hours, I will tell all of you, call me or text me again. Usually my day is 50 to 100 texts coming through my feed, and I wake up sometimes and realize that somehow I answered 3 and then the blue dots all disappeared below, and I skipped them, and I wake up mortified the next morning like, oh my God, and then I have to go back to the bottom of the list and start going up again. And sometimes I just don't see them. It's really crazy. I do 200 emails every morning and another 200 by 5 o'clock. So we're processing a lot of information because we're not just running real estate either. We've got because I'm bored, I got other things like pet partners and all the beautiful things we're out there doing. So does everybody understand, and websites where I say offer valuable offers, whatever website you're using, get an offer on it. If you're not making offers, why are you doing it? I offer a free relocation package. If you want to talk to me about it, we can put that in a class, but it's super simple. I offer a free relocation package, okay? So I want you to make an offer on your website. Who has a company page? Who has a page on your company site? That's all you have, right? That's got a way to put an offer on there. Put it on there. That's something. Use the URL. Use it to death until you get your own website. Who has their own website? High hands. Their own website. I love WordPress. It's the most powerful. It's the creme de la creme. It's got the most plugins. It's like having an iPhone. It's got more apps than anybody can get, right? So the apps are why you buy the product. The reason the game systems for kids are the #1 games is because there's more games, not because of the game system. Right? The reason the phones get the most buyers is because of the amount of apps that they allow on their iOS, for example. The reason you would buy WordPress is because there's 1 billion cool plugins that will teach you how to build a website as you're going, like Yoast and all these fun things. So I love them. All you need is probably at this point in time, you need a college student to help you. And these kids are so smart. I'm lucky I have Gonzo and James. They help me with all that stuff now. But seriously, there's no reason you can't find help out there. Interns, there are folks that want to learn that stuff and they've grew up with it. So don't be afraid of getting a website. Our business always does over 5 million in website sales because we're making offers. I offer you a free relocation package. As soon as you ask me for it, you just raised your hand and said, I'm moving to Tucson, Arizona, and I want Tony Ray to really harass me constantly. No, I don't harass them. But I do give them lots of valuable information to make sure if they're coming here, they're making the right move, right? I offer to put you on a coming soon list. I will tell you every house that I know of that we're getting ready to list before we put it on the market. You'll be first ones to know about it. I have 280 people signed up to that in the first 3 months we launched it. All we did was put a form on the website to get on the coming soon list. It's getting popular everywhere now, so it may not work. You know, on marketing and advertising, you do what's new and you go on, right? As long as it's working. The HomeBot things that they allow you to put on websites, those little things with find out how much your home is worth and find out what hot market is going on for buyers. If you're on the HomeBot system, that's the way to go with HomeBot. See what I'm saying? There's all these toys out there to play with. So just look at the 6 things, write a list, and then take one and put it into play. How are you going to contact your clients by mail every year? I do a newsletter, a football calendar, and a little calendar for the whole year. 3 things. It's planned, right? And my guys know it's gonna be done on what time. So we're just done. Now I can go on and create an email. When I get that in place, I can go on and create the next thing. Just take one at a time and get 6 in play, okay? How are you gonna be in your clients' lives in all these bubbles? Okay? That's gonna bring business. That's gonna be good business. It's like, love, and trust people that you wanna hang out with and invite to parties, and that's the good stuff, right? You won't compete with iBuyer, as Nicole Brule over there, Fisher says. She doesn't have to compete with iBuyer. That's not her clientele. Her clientele come to her referred, love, and trust her already. She's not competing with iBuyer. She's here, she's forewarned and forearmed. She'll go in, and if one of her clients says, I got this weird offer from iBuyer, Nicole will say, well, I'm glad you brought that up. Your house is worth $40,000 more. Good for you. Right? And here's how it works. And it might be a right decision for you if you need out tomorrow. So that's being a consultant, okay? There's another issue going on with iBuyer. I don't know, has anybody ran into the new home construction guys? Anybody know what's going on? I know one person in here does. What's going on? Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, they're putting a little bit of a squeeze, and there's some partnerships that have been developed with Lennar and Meritage. I think also with D.R. Horton, where they're, even with their literature, they're squeezing us out. They're saying you don't need to have representation. They'll do everything with the iBuyer platforms.
Correct. So what's happened is and it's been in the news, is that they actually have the actual home builders are proudly announcing their affiliations to the iBuyer communities, platforms, and they actually have a client sign a document that this client wants their house. They have to sell their house with iBuyer. Some of them are doing this, and the client takes the bath. So if the house is worth $300 and iBuyer says, here's $250, you will take it because we're not writing up your offer on your new construction until you do. And that has happened, and there's all over the United States, we have proof of this, and they are doing, again, it's not fairness in real estate. It's not fairness, but they're doing it, and that is a way of saying, I'll get you out of this house quickly so you can get into your brand new dream home. How much is the pain worth? It could be worth $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. We don't know. But are they telling them what the pain is worth? We don't know that either. So it's up to us to educate our clients to make sure they understand maybe it's worth it for you to lose $30,000. Maybe it is, but know it's there. So we are being honest and fair with you about everything, right? So that's happening out there. Let me see if I hit my list. They wouldn't let them write the offer. No, they'll co-op, but they are actually informing them it's a better way. They won't take a contingent offer with you selling the house. It's really the way they're doing it. Which. So, and let me explain to you, how long is this going to last? Long as we're in a good market. What happens when the market turns and they need us? Haven't you noticed? I've noticed in the past, the builders back in the 20 years ago would flip-flop on us all the time. We want you, we love you, come bring your buyers. And then the market got hot and they're like, you didn't show up with your buyer, you ain't getting nothing. You're not allowed to represent them. And they got fidgety and freaky with us. And I saw it. And whoever's been in business for 20 years plus, you saw it too. So here we are in the same situation. We're making affiliations and we're jumping on these platforms because it all is in the news and it seems sparkly and shiny and pretty. But the reality is it isn't going to work as far as I can see. That's not going to be the way it happens when they need help from the real estate community.
So I have a question, and this may be a broker question, not a you question, but has any of this been brought up to the commissioner that you know of? Have these concerns been raised?
I'm concerned about it all the way up to NAR. I called NAR. I specifically wrote a letter to NAR and I said, what are you doing to help this community when it comes to these iBuyer platforms not having to follow the same rules? And the note I got back was, oh, we're all over it. Read our article. So I read the article and it said, the NAR does not feel that something's right with the iBuyer thing, but they're watching it closely. There was nothing I could find. I cannot find anything, and maybe you know a better way, but I have not found anything that says they're supporting their real estate community that pays all those bills. I don't think they're supporting us yet. And they need to jump on the bandwagon, and so does every local MLS. Everybody needs to be on this. This is not, we're all being sued by them.
Yes.
But the Arizona commissioner is really the one responsible, the commissioner of each state is responsible to protect the buyers and sellers.
I can't speak to that one. I don't know if that's happened at all.
Talk to our NAR director, bring it to the NAR director.
I think so too. We need champions to get out there and chat about these problems and bring fairness to this. We need champions. Look, it needs to be done correctly, but we need our champions. You guys, we're all paying a lot of money for these fees and dues, and this is the time we need the support from these folks. And they have the legal knowledge and they have the backup to help us. They need to be asked to put their feet to the fire right now and say, help us now. Because we need fairness across the board. I want you to have to, I don't care if my consumer chooses that platform. I don't care who they work with. I don't care that they didn't choose me. I'm a little butthurt, but not that bad. But the reality is, I care that they weren't given the truth. That's hurting all of us. You're taking local funds away from Tucson, Arizona every time one of those platforms buys a home. Who knows the number on how much money is put into our community every time one of those houses is purchased and sold? There's money that flows right through our community because of that. All of the money that's taken out of our community from the sale of that property that was taken out of your hands and all that, that goes to another city called San Francisco.
Why San Francisco?
That's where they are. Most of those platforms are coming out of the little city up there, I think. Yeah. Okay?
Tony, the only way to get them to do something immediately is boycott, not pay those fees.
There's other...
Really, that's what would
Well, and I'm not here to stir that. I'm here to tell you guys to think about it, and let's diplomatically find a way to get people on our side and say, hey, step up. And we can all do that by writing and doing stuff like that, right? And that's what we need to do. We need to get some honesty. One, go to Brian Stevens on Facebook. Find the guy. He's Brian Stevens with National Mortgage Shots. Sign his petition. That's going to do a lot in helping all of us because that's bringing attention all over the United States. And he's going state by state. And then two, if you know of any way to get involved with like NAR and MLS and all these things to start bringing the board to getting these questions, let's get it going. Let's everybody talk about it. Because again, I'm not trying to say they don't need to be here. They are for somebody. But I'm saying I want equality and truth across the board for all of us, for our consumers, right? That's what we need to ask and demand. I think that's only fair. Any other questions? Okay. I gave you, all of you, my listing presentation. It's in there somewhere? I gave you several pages for you to look at and to realize how easy it is to have something to show the things that you do for your seller. You can plagiarize this all you want. I'm giving you my information. Here's my list. All you have to do is retype it and make it your list, right? Yep, you have a for sale sign. And then you have greater exposure for your property. You have a couple of those, and one's paper clipped with some logos. Yeah. and then it's double-sided, the for sale sign. Okay?
Good.
Yeah, double-sided. Yeah, okay. Okay, so Tom Heath has a product called Listing Booster. Tom, it's a super expensive product. It is how much? $12 a year. You have to pay Listing Booster, $12 a year.
That's too much.
For unlimited listings. That's $1 a month for unlimited listings through Tom Heath. Listing Booster would allow you to have the automated system that lets you fill in all of the top part of my presentation, which says, I'm going to build you a website, a custom website. I'm going to give you text information for the client to text in. When they text, it's going to instantly put the website on their cell phones. How cool is that? I can get you sign writers with your own URLs. I can get you Craigslist ads that are automated. I've got all these toys in Listing Booster. Listing Booster creates a virtual tour. It creates a website. It creates all that stuff. You hand it over to your client. Your client shares it on social media. You look like a rock star realtor for $1 a month.
And is that per listing or
$1 a month.
dollar a month? What if you have 2 or 3?
Get your purse out right now and go give Tom $12. Your whole year is covered. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You get everything for $1 a month. I know it's hard. That's really hard to hear because I didn't believe it either. But based on RESPA, we have to give $12 for the whole year, and you get all of it, unlimited. It's crazy. Huh? So if you're a Tierra Antigua agent, there's another product that you have at your disposal called agent marketing, which is very similar. However, it does not have what Listing Booster has, which is really amazing, is that Listing Booster is the only platform on streaming devices. So if you go to Kindle, Fire, Apple TV, you go to Roku, and you look and you find that app that says Key Boom, Tony Ray is all over it. You're gonna see Tony Ray's $1 Million House, Tony Ray's 350 house, Tony Ray, Tony Ray, Tony Ray. Why? Because I'm using it. And you too can be there with me in my playground. So you get on streaming. Anybody know what's happening with cable?
It's disappearing.
How many are unplugging?
Hundreds of thousands.
1 million per quarter are cutting cable.
Good.
1 million per quarter. That's 4 million people a year right now, and they're anticipating that they're cutting cable. Where are they going? Streaming devices. What streaming devices did I just mention? Where's my properties being listed? I'm ahead. One time. This is my first time I'm ahead of the game. Because I know Tom Heath. Okay. So Tom Heath, Listing Booster, great question. That is how you get to fill out this document and brag about all those things you do. And by the way, you just upload your MLS number and it does it all for you. What? Anybody can do it. It's amazing. Yeah, and you might want to though, because you have to push this button and type in the MLS. It is tough. All right. Any more questions? We're good. I'm calming down. My energy level is really high, as you can tell. So I have to. Who's new in the business here today? New. How long?
Since February 15th.
February? March. There's another hand over here. There's a newbie.
I started part-time in October, full-time in summer.
Summer, full-time. You've gone full-time. Nice. Woohoo! We like those. Congratulations for everybody being here. We really appreciate it. And congratulations for all of you who have been in the business, but you're coming in here for a refresher and to educate and to learn and be part of, right? The best piece of advice I can remember, somebody asked me this on an interview the other day, one of the national guys said, what was the best piece of advice you got when you started in business? And I remember Rosie Coberline with Long Realty and Steve Quinlan was with Long Realty at the time. And we were chatting and I was asking all these questions, what's the one thing I should do to make, to get money coming in quickly because I'm eating smack ramen a lot and, those kind of things. And the one thing that I remember they said to me was build an amazing team of people, and everything else will be smooth flowing for you. Get your team built now. Well, that was awkward because I hadn't even sold a house. So I'm out promising people that I'm gonna bring them business. Hey, Tom Heath, I'm gonna be your guy, and I need you to be working with me. And have you sold any homes? Nope. How long you been doing this? Oh, a year. You know, that was me. But Fidelity, I swear to God, I'm gonna bring Tina Banks business someday, you know? But I did build the team. And so the team is here, right? And they're the ones who sponsored and brought this all together for you. And they're the reason I'm here and able to do it for free, is that they pay for everything for you guys. So Fidelity National Title, I wanna give a big round of applause for these guys. Tina Banks, my escrow officer extraordinaire. So I don't do anything, right? My assistant works with Tina's people, and they make sure everything flows through. And I can honestly tell you, the stress that takes off of my day for me allows me to do these things, because I don't have to deal with the typical stuff that you deal with some other companies or escrow officers. It's just point blank. There's creme de la creme and there's not. And she's creme de la creme. So if you ever want to sit down with lunch with them, I highly suggest it. Now, I just found out that anybody got that cost sheet? Mm-hmm. They are bringing you, who has Fidelity Agent's cost sheet? Up, hands, high up. Okay, that is not enough. All of you leaving this room today should be getting on the Fidelity Agent cost sheet, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's about a month. In about 1 month, your cost sheets are going to have buyer competition estimates on your cost sheets. Right? That's big. That is big stuff. Because now you'll be able to sit down with a client and actually show them the recovery fees and all the different stuff that goes in, and then give them the option. Work with me, work with iBuyer, get us an investor. They're bringing that to you on that cost sheet. It's really wicked. I've seen the pieces. So excited.
Are they going to do comps, or are they just going to do the comps?
You'll actually have an estimate for your client, and it'll show different fees that come with iBuyer platform.
Okay, with everybody.
You're gonna love it. Yeah, that's an amazing toy right there, right? So insurance agent, Miss Christy Frank in the back. Hello, stand up. You have to stand on the stool though. So Christy Frank, American Family. I've worked, I don't even know. It's been forever. But Christy Frank and I go way back, and Christy Frank has taken care of all of our clients' insurance. And it was interesting because what I noticed after the first couple of times was the thank yous I was getting from my clients because they got to work with Christy Frank. And the reality is that she has some magic potion, and I don't know how it works, but what she does is she somehow takes in, after she puts all their stuff together, they always get more insurance at a lesser price. How that works, I do not know, but I only had, I don't know if I told you this, I've had one client has it been 20 years, 15 years? I don't know, it's been decades. Who said that to me? Decades? Yeah, Dawn. I've had one client that did not get a lower price with you that called me and said she just couldn't beat the price. One time. And they're always thrilled. The service there is amazing, but you really owe it to your client and to yourself to say, if you're gonna do this before we go into the home process, let's talk about insurance and how it works. And let's call Christy Frank's office and let them compare apples to apples to what you have. If these folks are from out of town, I guarantee you, it's crazy. I've seen it, how the pricing changes. It's amazing. If they're in town with a high price, I'm telling you, they'll be just blown away. So, Christy Frank, thank you for your support. And you're gonna be at Christy Frank brought you all wine. She's gonna be at the table over here so you can talk to Christy. She's got some cool gizmos I can see. I can see those over there. She might raid the table before everybody else does, right? Mr. Rick, stand up. Mr. Rick Johnson. How many people have worked with Rick Johnson on a house before, right? Mr. Thorough does a great home inspection. Does he scare your clients? No, I love that. I lost my home inspector years ago. I don't know how long. Have we been together decades now? God. I feel bad when I say decades. You know where I found you? Standing right there. Rick had sponsored an event, and Rick was standing over there, and they were talking, and they brought up the fact that Rick is one of the only guys in town that has insurance, E&O insurance. That's the one that most don't carry?
Yeah, about 30% of the home inspectors carry E&O, and with the E&O, at least in my case, we have an indemnity rider, which is what you really key in, says that if your client sued you because you referred me, my E&O takes it to cover you.
It's a beautiful thing, right? Now, knock on wood, I've never been in a legal instant ever. I've never had a legal issue ever. And that's probably because I work with clients and referrals and the way we do business, there's a lot around that. But when I heard that, I thought, that guy's a stand-up guy. I'm gotta give him a chance because he's already proven to me that he's got the confidence to go out and pay for the insurance, that knows what he's doing. He's certified every way up and down, and he knows his stuff. And if he doesn't know his stuff, he's not afraid to tell you, I'm not sure about this, get it checked. And that's what I want. So he does all of our home inspections. We get really bitchy when he goes on vacation. we literally will say, tell me what days, and then we organize everybody in on the end or the beginning. But we love you and we thank you. And Rick's been providing and snacks, right? Fidelity snacks. The snacks. Rick has been here, everyone. He supports the trolley tours for you, as everybody here does, and these events for you. And I'm telling you, the inspections are amazing, and the reports are thorough, and I've rarely found an issue on any of those reports where I have to call you and say, hey, you forgot something, because you don't. So you're amazing. Thank you so much for making our life easier. Okay, my boys, Gonzo and James, say hi. Woohoo! I do need 2 people, if you would talk to them in the back. Can I get 2 hands that would do a client review for me? 2 people did it already. They were brave. I need 2 people for a testimonial about the class, not me. I want you to talk to another realtor. Karen, you'll do it? Karen's going to do it. So Guns.
Send me a text.
Hold on. Can I get one more, please? You'll do it for me? Great, thank you. So you've got the 2, you'll meet the boys in the back and after we shut down. And then Mr. Tom Heath. Woo, woo. So Tom Heath, in case you didn't know, Tom's got all kinds of fun stuff going on in our community, right? He does a radio show called Life Along the Streetcar. Has anybody heard that? It's crazy cool. You get to do all these fun things in history and what's going on in the city. And if you haven't heard that, it's like Tucson. It's the guts and root of Tucson. I mean, it's there. That's a cool show. Tom Heath does the trolley tours with me. We do for you guys we've done 7. I think we've done 7 trolley tours now. And your demand caused us to open one last month, or is it this month? It was, see, my time's flying so bad. So we didn't do one in July because it was too hot. And so many people demanded that we open one up in July that we did it in the heat. We did it, yeah. It was warm, but we did it. So Tom Heath, don't forget, you're looking to Tom. I'm going to bring him up here to talk to you about another event coming up. But Tom Heath has your HomeBot and your listing booster, and his amazing team, Haley and Lusana, are here, right? Hello. And do you help them with that? Or do we throw everything on his plate? You'll help him with listing booster and with... Jane is already back. Wow, we're fast on Jane. So you would talk to them and they'll help you with these programs so you can use this stuff, okay? And then Tom's gonna tell you about something cool coming up.
Yeah, August 22nd, you've got a flyer on your table here if you're interested. Hotel Tucson City Center, putting together the people over the last 4 years. I have seen personally tremendous growth in my business, and a lot of the folks that are going to be at this event are the folks that have helped me with my branding and my marketing. We have website developers, social media, graphic designers, artists, closing gifts, embroidery, people that I've worked with, as like Tony Ray said, put together the team. The idea of this event is not to leave with a huge bill, but to leave with some contacts that as you're building and you get to a point where you feel I would like to add that arsenal, I'd like to add that piece to my puzzle, to my tool belt, that I've got a contact and I can sit down and know what that budget is. Dawn is going to be at this event, and she's going to be doing the same thing she did today, helping you kind of figure out how this works. And then this is like speed dating. You're going to talk for a few minutes, and if there's a fit, you'll set up a coffee. You'll get to know each other a little bit more and look at your budget and say, well, I'm not ready now for this professional service, but I know what the costs are, so I know how to budget that over my next 6 months. There's going to be a great group of people here that are putting this on. And just to carry one thing that Tony Ray said farther, I totally stole his idea. Sorry. And
Cool.
it's on here, the Hotel Tucson City Center. Maria's the owner. And I told her what Tony Ray does with his marketing of having these happy hours that pop up. And we worked out with her the no-cost client appreciation party or happy hour. What she'll do is if you agree to a certain number of people that are going to come, she'll offer the happy hour prices. She'll name a drink after you.
Whoa.
One of their signature drinks they already offer. They're just going to change the name for the night to you, whatever you like. Haley's drink is bourbon. Haley's bourbon down there. She'll also train her staff to know that you are the center of that function, treat you with that VIP. And if you get a certain number of guests, she'll even pay for the appetizers. If not, you can put out a couple of plates and pay for those. But Maria's going to be here to talk more about that, just as a way to get together with some friends, not have the cost of obligation, but know that you're going to get treated in a specific way and know that it's going to be a fun event. So that's kind of the things that we're doing to try to expand on the knowledge that Tony Ray is providing. So it's the 22nd.
That's awesome.
You get there early enough, you get a free drink. You get there late enough, probably still get a free drink.
Nice. Thank you, Tom Heath. Yes. Let's give him a round of applause. The Heath team. Yes.
I'm going to have my first client Christmas party
Nice.
at the hotel with the same thing.
That's awesome. I didn't know about this. This is exciting.
Sandy B lemonade, and the B stands for bourbon.
Sandy Bourbon Lemonade. What would my drink be? That's the question. Like the earthquake?
Tom will kill me for this, but he's going to be Santa Claus for me.
Nice. We need to delete that off that video. Okay. Look at I lost my little thing again. Jeez. So I also want to give Dawn a big round of applause for being here today. And she was speed dating also. You want to help me? Am I getting it? Okay, I got 5 minutes. We're having technical difficulties. Are you all standing by? No, you're sitting. Also, Denise, can you please stand? Can you guys stand up for me? These guys take care of everything for us at Fidelity from a marketing standpoint. They're here obviously supporting these classes. They would come to you for Fidelity Agent, the cost sheet program. Fidelity 1?
Fidelity Agent 1.
I always get confused with this.
Amazing.
It is an amazing program. They come to you guys for that.
Yes, and we were just talking, I'll send out an email to everyone. We're going to offer 2 training classes before your next class on
Nice.
the app.
Nice. And then they have another program, just so you know, that, again, I love the sounds. They have a program, pop, right? This was all staged and designed to give you these noises, but they also have another cool program that does data mining. And you can get very specific with who you want to go after, and this program will find it for you and give you the addresses, phone numbers, and emails, which puts you in a position to market to a very specific group. So this is niche marketing at its finest. They have this program that they can show you, and you can take, will one of you teach them how to do it? And then see if it's a fit for you. But the program is pretty amazing. If you don't want to do a general type of mailing with EDDM, you may very well want to do something that is very specific to a type of person based on the amount of value in their home or the equity they have, or that you want move ups or move downs. They have all that data. They have all this knowledge. So that's a program you should talk to them about. We've been using it. It's a little scary what it knows, but it's amazing. So, and we're getting ready to launch our first campaign using that product. So it's going to be exciting to see what that does for us. What's that product called again?
Prospect Now.
Prospect Now.
I have a comment.
Yes.
I don't want to say you
last few minutes.
Wait, actually, we're done. Do you go? You take it
You
off.
said you do this for free. This is the 4th class. I just started a YouTube channel, and I know how important it is for you to have that URL. He is 37 people away from getting his URL.
Woohoo!
We did like 20-something today.
Nice.
If any of you need help getting on YouTube to subscribe to his channel, I'll be more than happy to help you right now. If he can leave with those 100 subscribers today, and I'm a Tony Ray ambassador.
Thank you. I love you,
I
right?
was not instructed to do this. If he can leave with his 37 more subscribers and hit that 100 right now, I think that he would be super, super happy, and I think it would be a nice thank you for you.
Thank you so much. I so appreciate that. So she'll help you. That's a beautiful offer. Thank you. She'll help you sign on to YouTube. Hit subscribe. Thank you. Any questions that you need answered? I'm here for you. Christy Frank has wine over here, and you can talk to everybody. Thank you.